Okay, man. What's going on, everybody? I'm here having a little cup of coffee. I just had lunch with my good buddy here, Vagner Rocha. I always call you my good buddy. We go way back and shit. We've met each other like 5 or 6 times.
I feel like we met each other more than that.
More than that.
I can count 5 off the top of my head right now.
I appreciate that, Vagner. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
You can call me a good buddy.
I appreciate that, man. So I got a chance to hang out with Vagner today because he's in town shooting some DVD videos, right? You got a new system coming out?
I'm here in Tampa with my boy Matt Arroyo, and we're getting together.
MattArroyo.com.
Matt is the man with the plan. He's putting together my DVD. He helped me put together my first DVD, Kimura, that was such a success. 50-50 of the arms. If you don't know it, you should definitely look into it, because I have the best Kimura in the game. And I named myself Kimura King for that reason, because nobody does it better than I do, and I guarantee you, if you watch the DVD, you'll become good at it as well.
If that Vagner is the man with the Kimuras, it's the big old freaking giant Brazilian Amazonian hands he has.
No, it's my technique.
It's the technique that coupled with the big hands
and the giant hands help.
So anyway, you've been on fire lately, man. You're competing every freaking weekend, dude. I love you for it, man.
I am blessed beyond belief. I've been active between Fight to Win and Kasai and Polaris now in the mix, and just staying active, man. Putting my game on the map.
Man, I love seeing you compete. Not just because I love to watch you compete, but I love what you bring to the table for jiu-jitsu. I mean, you make jiu-jitsu fun because like you or love you, people want to see you compete. and there's something to be said about that charisma that you have and you possess.
Thank you. Yeah. I just I've been trying for the last couple of years to do what I do in the gym, and I train with people and they really enjoy it, and they talk about the open game that I have, and I feel like I've never done that in competition because I'm always trying to win, and instead of not trying to lose, I'm always trying to win, and I released that a little bit in the last maybe year or so, and I've been focusing on just going out there and doing my thing, just let go.
Right.
Let go of the game. Wherever it ends up, I'm going. If I get swept and I'm on bottom, I ain't gonna fight it too hard. I'm gonna go in that direction, and I'm gonna put the work in to get where I got to get next, and I have jiu-jitsu to do that, and I'm just trying to entertain.
Yeah, I mean, when I see your jiu-jitsu, I think about watching you as not necessarily a throwback jiu-jitsu practitioner, because you still do exciting new stuff, but your jiu-jitsu style is pressure oriented and strong, and then you work from position to position, but you also have a little bit of flowing to you. What I love about it is that you do real quality jiu-jitsu in a very traditional manner, and you make it effective for you in this new world of crazy Kimuras and all these crazy freaking leg locks and flying knee bars. It's an inside joke. You keep it to what I feel like jiu-jitsu is really all about.
Yeah, I've tried to implement the stuff I learned through my MMA career into the competition scene nowadays, and you could tell people are either love it or they're disturbed by it. And either way, I'm happy with that. Like if you're disturbed by it, then you don't know what it should be like. What the game is.
Right.
Evolved to a certain extent where it becomes kind of ugly sometimes. You watch two guys, playing 50-50 or butt scooting at each other.
Right.
It's not entertaining.
Would you agree with me? I had Enrico Coco on my podcast this weekend. We were talking about this. I figured I'd ask you about this too.
That's my boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good dude, man. Enrico's real cool, man. Real fun dude. Would you agree that jiu-jitsu sometimes they tend to have like fads? I don't necessarily say fads, but techniques that tend to be working right now because they're new and on the scene, and people don't necessarily understand the manners of them. Like we had deep half guard for a little bit, and then we had now it's kind of turned into open guard, and then we turned into kind of this leg lock game, and it was dominant for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And it seems like the trend that never went away. But I think now, and would you agree with me that maybe guys are starting to kind of figure out the leg lock game a little bit, and it's not as dominant as a force as it was in the past, and jiu-jitsu starting to turn back into that regular basic, okay, cool, let's pass the guard, dominate a position, look for more
depends on which jiu-jitsu you stand on.
Right.
A lot of people don't pay attention to this, but there's a huge group of different jiu-jitsus throughout the world. You know, you got IBJJF guys, you got IBJJF gi guys, you got IBJJF no gi guys, you got submission only guys, you got you know, ADCC guys, you got different formats and different people throughout the game. So I guess it depends on which part of the world you're looking at and what is it that we're talking about. Yeah, there's a huge evolution in the game of the leg locks, you know, and I think that's a huge trend.
But I think guys are starting to figure it out. I think it's starting to get like.
We just witnessed, you know, no-gi worlds, and the IBJJF guys, to me, feel like they don't. These guys were all getting laced up in the honey hole and had no idea where they were. They looked like they were in space. Like, what the hell's happening here? I saw guys looking at the referee like, "What? This guy's trapping my leg. What is he doing?"
That's a very good point. That Patrick Garda fight would have been done in 35 seconds if the court could have healed him if the was allowed. But
yeah, no, they don't. I don't.
The
think
Gordon Ryan Patrick.
I think. Yeah, I don't think they that the world is caught up to where the level is yet. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a black belt, then the black belt level, I don't think the guys are there. I think they will be eventually, but it'll be a little late, you know.
What do you think? Some of the reason that these IBJJF guys haven't caught on to the picture of working with these leg locks is? Do you think it's out of pride?
They probably don't even watch the stuff that's outside that realm.
Yeah.
You know, you think guys are watching crap that, you know, that they're not going to compete in?
That's a good point. They don't even think about it.
Like, for example, you know how many guys you do often compete in the gi, right?
Yeah, I do gi. I mean, and that's kind of my point. Like, I don't understand why guys don't do everything. Like, I do everything. You give me a competition, I'm gonna do it.
You don't have to compete in the gi. I often compete and I train and teach in the gi. So I watch the guys that are competing at the top of the level. And I mean, I might not compete in the gi, but I'm watching the tournaments.
Yeah.
I watch the worlds.
Right.
I watched everybody in lightweight and middleweight.
Right.
I watched every match over the weekend with my kids. But do you know how many probably Eddie Bravo guys watch that?
Yes, exactly.
How many think you think Eddie Bravo's guys watch the gi worlds?
Never, not at all.
Same thing with how many guys from the gi worlds guys watch the.
Not only will they not watch it, they're
disgusted.
They're disgusted by it. Yeah, like it's the devil.
I don't look at any format in jiu-jitsu and be like, ugh. You know, I always look at it and go, that's jiu-jitsu. This is a different form of jiu-jitsu. It's taught by different people and done in different ways. What are they doing that I could possibly borrow for my game? You know, like today I was teaching my kids how to do the crab ride. You know, like that's a position that probably never going to catch me doing in a match. But if I get a chance, who knows? Maybe I will. You know, if I drill it enough and it becomes part of my game, who knows?
Right.
You know, and it's just, I feel like there's a huge line drawn in the sand between the two, the gi and the no gi, and the submission only no gi, of course, movement, and the gi IBJJF movement. There's a huge line drawn in the sand.
Or the sub only versus points matches.
You know, and how many no gi guys are watching that, and how many gi guys are watching the other side. So yeah, the gi guys are not watching it, and then they go to no gi worlds because it's IBJJF, and they get a guy who, I'll be honest with you, I feel like, you know, with Gordon's little butterfly lift game, he could probably trap all those guys in the same position in the gi and get top and win.
I think he would too.
Yeah, like he's gonna make everybody's life hard.
I think he would too. Yeah.
You know, the
grip game isn't that. If he's that good at jiu-jitsu, it's not going to take him that long to figure out that
not.
You know, an overhook is really just a
he really got a good feel for all those guys. He's going to be like, now he boosted his ego to one more step up. You know what I mean?
I think he's doing MMA next though. I think that's his next thing. I think that's what he's talking about.
No, it's dumb of him. But you know, to each his own. I've already ran that route.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should have ran this route a lot longer.
Right.
Like I should have been in this direction. You know, how many guys that, you know, Marcelo lost a huge part of his life doing that.
Yeah.
So,
you know, one of the reasons why I do respect you a lot too, Vagner, is the fact that you are one of them guys that will walk between the different genres of jiu-jitsu and not have a problem.
There's guys talk about this all the time, like who's competes in this and competes in that. I medaled in gi worlds as a brown belt.
Right.
I medaled in Abu Dhabi Pro as a black belt, and I did a bunch of gi tournaments until I realized there was no money in the gi, and I was wasting my money traveling to compete in it. And I said, I'm not going to do this anymore because I had to focus on making money doing MMA. And then I said, I can't do gi as much in competition level, so I had to train. I had to separate my days and break it down into the no gi training. And then after a while, I really started to favor it. I started going, I like no gi better. You know, like I clearly enjoy it. But that doesn't mean I don't like the gi. You know, it just doesn't mean I don't want to compete in it. I want to. What's the biggest tournament to do in the gi?
No-gi worlds or
Gi
Gi
Worlds?
worlds.
Gi
Right.
Worlds.
Right.
I'm not gonna spend $3,000 to go there.
I will say this about the Gi worlds, and I don't, because I wanted the Masters at brown belt too in the gi gold medal. No big deal. So I just thought I'd drop it there.
I shared the podium with Kron Gracie and Octavio Souza.
That's pretty badass, dude. I had some like janitor from San Diego, some like retired like English teacher, so it wasn't that cool.
First, I shared the podium with those guys.
But the point I'm trying to make is I feel like winning the worlds in the gi at black belt is, I really honestly believe it's the hardest thing to do in jiu-jitsu. I think that there's a certain grind to a true world-class black belt gi match that you're just not going to find in any other jiu-jitsu format. And I think a lot of guys that do strictly sub-only or strictly, maybe not strictly no-gi, but strictly sub-only without worrying about points, I think a lot of times their games are a little bit softer, for lack of a better terminology, because they're not accustomed to those strong, crazy grinds to win positions with the gi.
I agree. Yeah. That's the hardest tournament in the world because it allows anybody to go into, and you could have, fucking 7-8 matches if you, depending on the size of your bracket, right. And any belt color for that matter. I agree with you. And it's the hardest tournament to win, and it's worth absolutely nothing because every other year there's a new world champion. And the world champion from 3 years ago, nobody remembers who that was. I don't remember who world champion was in middleweight 3 years ago.
There's for some reason it's been given the prestigious level that
it's a huge prestige level that doesn't really deserve anymore because it's not worthy of anything. There's a bunch of things they could do to change the sport, but I don't want to talk about them because you won't catch me donating my money in that direction.
Let me tell you, man. I really hate saying these things, and I hate to be this guy, but dude, like after the way I got screwed this weekend, like I'm almost over the IBJJF too, and I've been waving that flag forever. Like it was just some these advantages are. I just don't get it. That's why I love the ADCC. I mean, I don't understand how I can initiate actions in a match where neither one of us is doing anything. I initiate it. My opponent does an action off of my initiation, and he gets the advantage because I went for something. It's just ridiculous.
The best format that I've been participating in that I really enjoy is the submission only with the referee's decisions.
Yeah,
where there's no points. Whereas who really was trying to finish the fight?
Right.
I think Seth in Fight to Win has a good lock on it. With the 10-minute match, which is 8 minutes, 10 minutes is awesome.
Seth's an awesome dude.
Yeah,
too,
and then I did one at Polaris this past weekend, which I feel like favors me even more because it's 15 minutes. Because I feel like I can do it in half an hour.
Right.
I can go forever, and I feel like 15 minutes favors me big time. But 15 minutes with submission only as well. That's it. That's the format. Because let's be realistic. I've lost a couple matches. For example, I lost 2 matches in Kasai where I feel like I won, but I lost because it was partly into the IBJJF rules. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at it, who was the aggressor? Who did more? Who, let's look at it in that sense. Who was really, who was trying to finish the fight?
That was so close. And it's such a,
like, who was trying to finish the fight?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be back to it. You know what I mean?
Like, and it's the same thing.
Submission attempts, positional control, like everything.
I've lost so many damn matches in IBJF level or IBJF matches like that. When I look, you watch the match, you can be like, okay, who is actually doing something and who won that match? And the answer is never the way it's supposed to go.
I love this guy. He's my boy. He's like really a friend of mine. I talk to him on a daily basis. Bushesha. We have a good communication. We're buddies. But I feel like I watch him fight in those matches in the IBJJF Worlds Absolute, and he's just barely getting by. He's just just playing the game. Yeah, he's just trying to win at the right time.
Right.
And that's not what jiu-jitsu is about. I don't want to see jiu-jitsu like that. That's boring.
That's one of the things that I hate about the IBJJF. It's just because and again, I will continue doing it just because, I don't know, maybe I'm brainwashed. I really want to win that damn black belt.
I agree with you. I felt that for a long time, and then it when I put it in my mind of like, you won it, then another guy won it, and another guy won it, and another guy won it, and there's no real prestige. Anybody can win it.
I know.
Just how many times you go out there and you plug away at it. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
It's totally brainwashed.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll be honest with you, the rules and the structure of the format to the rules, it waters down jiu-jitsu because there's a lot of things you cannot do. Like, for example, a guy's gonna tell me that a body triangle is worth less than
That's
hooks.
ridiculous. Yeah, that's another thing I'll never understand. I don't get that at all.
Like you got body triangle back. That's back control. That's it.
I can't even
You know?
begin to understand the rationale behind why. Because maybe the two hooks, one hook's off to the side or
And
something like that.
guys are getting so
I
good
can't
at
even
fighting
begin
the
why.
rules that you see guys circling on the edge of the mat at all times,
No,
just
it's
trying to
all
get
the-
advantages. You
Yeah,
know?
just trying to get advantages, and they hold, and then it's
killing the sport, and then it really waters it down to where guys don't have an efficient game, and they can't teach an efficient game to the regular Joe. You know, not everybody's meant to fight that game. So
no. I mean,
don't wanna-
there are some guys that compete there that go for it. You know what I mean? But like, it's not.
Let's flip the page because
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. I feel like I wasted all
All
my
right,
time. It hurts
no.
me even talking about it.
I was talking about something else. So I don't even know how that came up. So let's talk about something that's really exciting that I think is when we talk about what's killing the sport. Let's talk about what's going to change the sport. And I think that some of your ideas on team jiu-jitsu is where we should be taking this thing, because I really think that's a great structure.
YouTube
to
Major League
springboard,
Jiu-Jitsu. Watch the tournament I put together. It's small. Production wasn't huge, but that's the idea. That's the plan, and that's what I'm. You know, the later parts of my life, my goal is to help make jiu-jitsu a professional sport, and that's the way, right
I
there.
think it's got all the makings of what you're looking for that. And I think it's something that, you know, if you could come up with a rule format that keeps it exciting, and you have a structure where like you already have it, where, you know, if you win by a certain amount of points, you get one team point. Like if one match you win by 3 points, and your team gets a team point. If you win by 8 points, you get 3 points. If you win by submission, then you get 6 points, and so on and so forth. And at the end, it really makes for exciting matches.
Yeah, guys, if you're looking to help jiu-jitsu and you got spare funds and you're a person that wants to invest, check me out. Look at my event. Find me on social media, wherever,
Right.
and send me a message. I'm looking for sponsorships to get this thing moving, and I got a great idea that's unseen, and this will make jiu-jitsu so easy to understand that even your grandma will enjoy it.
if your grandma likes it, it must be good. All right, man. So I'll let you get going, man. I know you're gonna do this video. Get going. I appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Real good video. Real good video. And like Vagner, you are super cool, man. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like I'm very excited and happy for you when I see you doing well, because you really deserve it. You've been around for a long time. You've been plugging into this thing, and like you deserve the spotlight, my man. So
I appreciate
run with
it,
no
man.
doubt, man.
It's all part of all the families that you acquire along the way, all the friendships you acquire, and I'm here in Tampa today, and this is part of one of my stepping stones that got me to where I am today. You know, I always talk about Rob Kahn. You know, I know he's the black belt, the head guy here. Rob is freaking always going to be in my memory forever. You know, in my heart. So, and then Matt Oil went and took that spot away from him for a little bit. So it's it's a building friendships and just having good values, and I feel like this could be a lesson taught to a lot of you guys in jiu-jitsu. You know, there's a lot of big names out there that are, acting ways and doing things, and they don't have the right values and they don't act the right way. So it's important that you understand that values in life will direct you to become a better person, and you'll have success through good values, So don't forget that,
Yeah, You're really good person, man. Very good person.
Thank you, man.
All right, man. Be good, man. Get to work, brother. Take it easy, guys. Boom. Kevin Gallagher out. Boom.